You are welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. In the news today, Fubara disagrees with Supreme Court judgment leading to his suspension. Hails courageous Chief Judge. Similarly, Fubara, the embattled governor of Rivers State, stood firm in his address to the people yesterday, openly challenging the Supreme Court's recent decision that paved way for his unprecedented 6 month suspension. This decision doesn't sit right with me or the millions who voted for progress in our state, Fubara declared from a modest government quiet house, his voice steady despite the political storm. Flanked by loyal aides, he spoke as a leader forged in the turbulent politics of the Niger Delta. The crisis stems from President Bola Tinubu's March broadcast invoking emergency powers amid escalating clashes between Fubara's camp and the faction led by his predecessor Nyesom Wike, now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Tinubu's order halted Fubara's administration, sidelined his deputy Ngozi Odu, and dissolved the state assembly, installing a sole administrator in a move critics called a federal overreach. The Supreme Court, in a brief ruling last week, upheld the suspension, citing a 2006 precedent limiting governors' appeal rights in such cases. One senior advocate, speaking anonymously, described it as a constitutional maneuver that leaves democracy vulnerable. Fubara reserved his highest praise for Justice Isabella Agugua, the state's chief judge, who her courage is resisting intimidation is the strength Rivers people need, he said, his eyes bright with conviction. Agugua's refusal to swear in Wike-aligned lawmakers has sparked hope of a lower court challenge, despite the Supreme Court's stance as Port Harcourt looms with protests, youths chanting "Fubara must stay" amid burning tires. The governor vowed resilience. "He will fight smart, not loud." This suspension is a hurdle, not the end. With local elections nearing and cabinet reshuffles targeting disloyal elements, Fubara aims to turn adversity into momentum. Whether this galvanizes the masses or widens the rift with Abuja remains uncertain, but its defiance echoes across Rivers' troubled water. Well, should we say this is campaign after election? But be it as it may, whether it's before or within or after election, I think it's worth talking about. And I think that's why uh, Fubara had to come out to speak about it, about the fact that his suspension was uncalled for. It was totally illegal. And if we go through the constitution about the matter, we realize reasons why the president had to take the step he took then about 6 months plus ago as regards declaring the state of emergency. And to some extent too, hearing what the opponent of Fubara, the person of some Wikena, was saying that time, that he wasn't even happy with the so-called state of emergency. Their plan was to totally impeach Fubara, to remove him. So if you go by what the enemy, a so-called enemy of the governor wanted, I think beside what the president did, it's like the president was even doing him a favor. Because if an assembly was succeeded, in being used to impeach the governor today, that would have been the end of his political career. He wouldn't have been able to return even 6 months later. But now that he's back, he felt that from his own point of view, it was not uncalled for the president to invoke this doctrine of necessity of declaring the state of emergency on him and thereby suspending him, his governor, his deputy governor, and all the members of the House of Assembly, which happen to be the one that are proxy for Nyesom Wike being used to fight Fubara. And now, if you look at all these things together, you will realize that all is about politics. And when it comes to politicking, most of the time, it seems for African leaders, their sense of reasoning, sense of the law, seems to be suspended because their pride had beclouded them, their corruption from power had also, suspended their thinking. That's the way, I see it. And as a result of that, they felt that they can behave or misbehave and nobody will, call them to order. But in the midst of it, we still see some that behaves with sanity. I think like the state chief judge that the governor of Rivers State is eulogizing and, referring to, that she refused to swear in all those locals, something that wicked faction did, and then the so-called official, she refused to swear them in, and then Fubara is of course giving her a thumb up for that, believing that we still have some people in this country who will stand for the truth and nothing but the truth. Actually, that is also correct. It doesn't mean that when some set of people are behaving abnormally, aiding and abetting, doing evil or corruption, it doesn't generalize the fact that all Nigerians are bad or they are the one also involved in the same thing. No, because those who want to do bad have made it a point of the duty on their choice to do the bad they want to do. And for those who want to do good, of course, everyone loves to do the right thing. They too make it a point of duty and do the good they want to do. Or be it as it may, as far as the Supreme Court judgment is concerned, that are decided to oppose, the action of the president, the governor of Rivers State also disagree. Well, he might disagree, but the court has spoken, and there's nothing he can do. Whether he openly challenge the Supreme Court's recent ruling or not is already, a forgotten issue, because the matter has been substantive and he stayed and he has been suspended. But now that he's back, the advice is that he should now focus. I think he should bury the hatchet and look forward and begin to work towards making sure Rivers State becomes, a great lion that can roar again. Don't forget to like our channel. Make sure you subscribe, give us your thumbs up, and make sure you please share. Thank you.